It's track and field time here at Clemson University, the only sport still ongoing. We're talking NCAA Outdoor Championships, June 11th through the 14th in Eugene, Oregon, joined by men's high jumper Tory and Wear, and you just earned your first NCAA outdoor bid. First of all, how does that feel for you?
It feels pretty good. It's giving me a lot of confidence going into the meet, and hopefully I can do my best and come out with a trophy at the end.
You were in this same situation a year ago at East Preliminary Round in Jacksonville. Last year at the same bar at 7-1.5, you didn't get over on your third try, but this time you did. What was that feeling like of actually making it over, knowing you had punched your ticket to Nationals?
Right. Well, it was a big weight off my shoulders. Like I said, I was battling a lot of stuff off the track last year, but this year I stayed consistent. I worked hard, and I just jumped. Like that's what my coach always told me. Sometimes he gives you like the materials to work with, and sometimes you just got to go out there and do it, and that's what I did.
You're one of the most consistent performers on the team. It seems like you're always in that 7-foot to 7-1 to 7-2 range. How do you kind of stay so even keel throughout the meets?
Well, main thing for me is staying level-headed. I try not to, get ahead of myself or, have a positive mindset. Main thing I do is just take a deep breath and just let it come to me. I don't try to force anything.
This is your first outdoor meet, but you actually have had some NCAA indoor experience before. In 2013, you made it to the meet and competed against the national field. What's it going to take next week in Eugene for you to get up on that podium with a scoring performance?
Well, last year I'm not gonna lie, I was scared out of my mind because I've never been in that kind of atmosphere. But now that I have the experience under my belt, I think I'll be good. I'm ready.
All right, thank you, Tory.
Thank you.
Now joined by Kevin Hester. He's one of two Tiger sprinters in the 100-meter dash. And, Kevin, you were at this event a year ago. What's it going to take for you to make the final this time around, and especially after such an injury-plagued season you've had?
It's going to take this couple of weeks of practice that we have left. I'm going to have to work really hard. And then once I actually get to Eugene, I'm going to have to execute my race to perfection. Being that I had the injury, I had to sit out a lot. So I'm going to need to muster up some kind of strength to help me get through this race.
Has it been frustrating for you? Because I know during indoor season you were in a nice rhythm there. You did well at ACCs. You carried that over to the NCAA Indoor Championships in the 60. But outdoor-wise, you've kind of been hit or miss, it seems like, most of the season. And when you competed last in the 100-meter dash at the East Prelims, that had been your first 100 in about 2 months.
It's definitely been frustrating, but I'm doing my best to persevere through this time and just define myself as an athlete, as someone who perseveres through tough times.
You've had 4 chances now to make NCAA indoors and outdoors in your 2 years, and you've made it each time. What have you learned from the previous 3 trips that you think is going to help you benefit this time around?
I haven't really learned much. I just go get it whenever I'm there. It hasn't worked out as I planned lately, but I'm just going to give it all I have. That's all I can do.
Do you have a specific time that you think you're going to have to run in the semifinals when you get out to Eugene?
I have no idea what it's going to take, but I'm going to work my hardest to get to the final, definitely.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Now joined by the third and final member of the Tiger men's track and field team, headed to Eugene, Oregon for the NCAA Outdoor Championships, Reggie Lewis, your second straight trip to the outdoor national meet. Last year you found a lot of success. What are your memories you take with you from last year's performance, making the final in the 100 dash?
Last year was kind of amazing. I mean, I hadn't ran fast all year, and finally get to Oregon. I started, everything started clicking. I started executing my races, perfectly, and I ran fast to get to the final. So it was real fun.
What's it going to take this time around differently that you can duplicate your success from last year, but not only duplicate it, but improve on your standing of last year?
Maybe consistency. I haven't been really consistent all year, so I get to Oregon, maybe I can get consistent low drop time and maybe make it to the final.
Probably been, much like Kevin Hester, a frustrating outdoor season for you a little bit. I know that, making ACC finals in the 100, but then you didn't compete in the 200, but then you weren't able to compete in the 200 at East Prelims and things like that. So I know you've been kind of on and off throughout the season. Has consistency plagued you, or is that something you feel like you're finally starting to bounce back through as we wind down here?
Yeah, little minor injuries, hip flexor and hamstrings, stuff we go through all the time. It's been really plaguing me this year, and just get my confidence back in the races. After you run 10-1, then you go for a 10-4. Your confidence kind of drops a little bit. So I got my confidence back at each regional, so ahead of the nationals, I should be pretty good.
Yeah, it was last year at this time where I think you ran 10:07, your personal best in the 100 dash. Is it going to take a similar time this weekend to get out of the semifinals and into that final? Do you have a number in your head? I asked Kevin Hester this same question, so I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit.
Oh yeah, I asked Kevin about it a couple days back, and he really thought it wasn't going to take as much as it did last year because of the weather conditions. But I think it's actually going to take a little more this year just because the competition's been heightened up. You know, a lot of young sprinters coming in, freshmen and sophomores, has been dropping amazing times. So I think it's going to take around 10:0, 10:10 to make it. So that's my predictions. Hopefully I can do it.
Okay, thank you, Reggie. And that'll be next week, June 11th through 14th, NCAA Outdoor Championships in Eugene, Oregon. You can follow all the action on ClemsonTigers.com.